Welcome to your practice. My name's Sophie and I'll be guiding you through a mandala flow today. That means we'll be moving all the way around the mat. We'll be facing both sides of the mat, the front of the mat and the back of the mat at different points throughout the practice. So if you usually have your device that you watch this class on at the front of the mat, it might be helpful to have it at the side. So that way when you're facing the back, you can easily look and see. But as always, I'll give really clear verbal cues so that hopefully you don't really have to look up at the screen at all. This is an intermediate level class. We'll be doing some funky and fun transitions, but always functional. And you don't need any props today, but if you happen to have 2 blocks, then have them handy because they can always be useful. We'll get started in child's pose. Knees wide, feet together, and extend your arms as far forward as you can. Rest your forehead to the earth. Bring your awareness to the space between your shoulder blades. And imagine you can breathe through that spot. Feel how the back of the heart lifts and expands on the inhale and softens to the ground on the exhale. Perhaps you start to activate Ujjayi breath for your practice today. In and out of the nose, but when you exhale out of the nose, you slightly restrict the back of the throat as if you were whispering. The purpose of this breath is to help us focus and make a deeper and longer breath. Soften everything to the earth for a couple more breaths. And make your way into table. Tuck your toes and start to shift your weight forward and all the way back. All the way forward, all the way back. So we're stretching through the wrists and the forearms and also through the toes. Return back to neutral. Drop the belly down and lift the heart for cow. Push away from the ground, round the spine for cat. Again, drop down, lift your heart, round the spine. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Return back to neutral. Lift your knees and hips for down dog. Take any movement that feels good. You might bend one knee at a time. You might shake out your head. Slowly walk your feet up to your hands when you're ready. Front of the mat. Ragdoll, grab onto the elbows. Switch the grip of your elbows so the other arm is in front. Rock side to side. Maybe you bounce up and down. And release your hands down to the ground. Come up onto your fingertips so you're kind of in a half lift, and then bend one knee at a time. Just feel out the legs and the sensations, the stretch. If you already lost Ujjayi breath, reminder to bring it back. Now turn your toes so they're facing out slightly, and your feet are like as wide as the mat. Bend your knees to keep your fingertips on the ground and lift your heart. Then straighten the legs and fold. Let's do that a few more times. Keep going. Inhale as you bend. Exhale as you fold. One more time. Now bring your feet to hip distance and slowly roll up to stand. One vertebrae at a time, shoulders back and down. Stand tall. Spread your toes. Reach your arms up. Then take your right arm back behind you for an open arm twist. Your hips will move to the right a little bit since everything's connected. Then reach your arms forward and up. Inhale. Exhale, left arm goes back, twist. Take a couple breaths. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms. And stay here for a few breaths as well. Squeeze your shoulders towards each other. Micro bend in the knees. Strong abdomen so that you can back bend a little bit more from the upper back. Inhale, reach the arms up as you come upright. Exhale, hands to heart and fold forward. Hands down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into down dog. From down dog, set the knees on the ground. And sit back, come back into a child's pose, but you can keep your knees together. It's just a breath. Roll up into cat pose, round your spine. Drop your belly, lift your chest for cow. Shift your weight forward, keep cow, tuck your toes, knees, chest, chin. So your spine stays in the same direction, same alignment. Come all the way down to the ground. Keep your feet on the ground, toes untucked, and take your arms back behind you for locust, half locust. Draw your tailbone towards your heels. So in other words, you're tucking your tailbone. You should feel like you're pressing your pelvis into the ground. Now reach your arms straight forward, out in front of you. Take your arms into a cactus. Slide your hand, place your hands underneath your shoulders and lift your chest away from the ground for cobra, as high or low as you want. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in through the nose, out of the mouth. Look forward, step or hop to the front of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, reach the arms up. Exhale, take your right arm back behind you. Just one breath this time. Twist. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, left arm goes back. Twist. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, cactus, the arms back bend. Inhale, reach the arms up. Bring your palms together at your heart as you slowly fold down to the ground. Fingertips down. Halfway lift. Step to plank. Downward facing dog. Set your knees down. Child's pose for one breath. Roll yourself back up into cat. Drop your belly, lift your chest for cow. Tuck your toes, knees, chest, chin. Come all the way down to the ground. Arms down by your sides. Lift your chest up. Press your feet into the ground. Reach your arms forward. Cactus your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades back. Hands down underneath your shoulders as you lift up for cobra. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. And breath out. Make your way to the front of the mat. Step or hop there. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward. Inhale, stand, reach up. Right arm back behind. One more time through this flow. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, left arm back. Inhale, arms up. Cactus the arms, back bend. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, hands together, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, if you want to hop to down dog, you can land with bent knees or just step there. Set your knees down. Child's pose. Then bring yourself right back into cat round. Drop the belly, lift the chest for cow. Tuck your toes, knees, chest, chin. Come all the way down. Lift your chest up and take your arms back. Keep your feet down. Gaze down at the front of your mat. Reach your arms forward. Take your arms into cactus. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Cobra pose. Downward facing dog. Nice job. Reconnect with the flow of your breath. Bring your feet together and slowly lift your right leg up to the sky. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Circle your right ankle around 3 times in each direction. Try to relax your head. Straighten the right leg back out and really square your hips. So anchor the left hip back. Keep that right leg straight. And step your right foot outside of your right hand into lizard. Bring your left hand all the way to the left side of the mat and reach your right arm up. Kick the left leg all the way through and keep your hips lifted off the ground. And bring yourself all the way back into lizard. Twist. Let's do it again. Left leg kicks through. Maybe your right heel lifts. And bring it back. One more time. This is really good core stability. And take it all the way back. Then put your right hand down. Put your left heel on the ground, not your knee, but your heel, like you're going into Warrior Two, but a little wider of a stance. Left foot to the left. Walk your hands to the front left corner of the mat. Let your head drop down and pin your right hip to the back of the mat. Spread your toes. Bring your hands inside of your right foot. Lift your back heel so you're basically in lizard. Set your back knee down. Let's just tap the back knee down and then lift it back up. Again, tap it down, lift it up. A couple more times. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Now bring it all the way down. So we've really engaged the left quads now and the hip flexors. Untuck your left toes. Reach your right arm up. And then reach your right arm towards the back of the mat. Bring your right hand to the back of your head. And bring your right elbow to left wrist to kind of close it off. Inhale, open up again. Take your right arm back. Right hand to back of the head. And close it off. That's our flow. A couple more times. Open, extend the arm. Hand to head. Close. One more time. Open, extend, hand to head, lower, lift. Now reach the right arm up. Option to bend the back knee and grab onto your foot. For right now, kick into the hand to create traction on your right arm so that you get a stretch through the front of the right arm. Front of the right shoulder too, the deltoids and the pecs. Kick, kick, kick. And then you can pull it towards you for a couple more breaths. Gently release the foot. Reach your right arm back up. Keep your arm where it is. Straighten out the right leg. You might slide your left hand back a little bit. Now take your right arm back behind you and then sweep it to the right all the way around and forward into like a half circle. Then sweep it back the way you came, like you're scanning the horizon. So just going back and around and forward. And you might feel how changing the position of the arm and the weight of your body is allowing you to feel different sensations in your outer right leg. One more time. Now reach your right arm back up. Bring both hands down to the ground. Flex your right foot. Lengthen your spine and crawl your fingertips a little further forward as you bow down. Remember in child's pose in the beginning, we were breathing into the back of the heart between the shoulder blades. Bring your awareness to that area again And can you find a mini back bend within this fold? There's a slight lift of the back of the chest. Bend your knee back into lizard. Lift your back knee. Step back. Put the right foot on top of the left heel. So your right toes are set on top of your left heel. Good. You can stay here, or you can lower down for chaturanga. Hold. And rise back up. Let's do it again. Lower down. Hold. Rise back up. Lower down. Now uncross your legs. Keep your toes tucked, upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Sometimes it's fun to experiment with doing up dog on the toes. Switch things up. Take a full breath in and breath out. Lift your left leg slowly up. Bend your knee, open your hip. Circle your left ankle 3 times in each direction. Straighten the left leg back out. Inhale. Exhale, step your foot outside of your left hand. Palms are flat. Lower the right knee down to tap the ground and lift it back up. Lower down and lift. Keep going. I realize I'm doing this in slightly different order than we just did on the other side, and that's okay. 2 more times. Lower and lift, hold. Slide your right hand to the right and reach your left arm up. Now we go into our kick throughs. Right leg kicks all the way through. Maybe your left heel stays lifted, maybe not. And bring it back. Just 2 more times. One more time. Stay there. Set your back knee down. Untuck the back toes. And take your left arm back behind you. And bring the left fingertips to the back of the head. And left elbow down towards right wrist. Close it off. Open it up. Left arm extends back. Left hand to back of the head. Close. Open. Extend. Hand to head. One more time. Close. Open. Extend. Reach your left arm up. Bend your back knee. Grab onto your foot if you want, if you can. Don't have to. If you have it, kick your foot into your hand. And rotate more to the left with your chest. Open the left shoulder back. And pull the left leg towards you a little more. If you want to bend your left elbow to do so, you can. Ujjayi breath. Just a gentle reminder. And by the way, you don't have to do Ujjayi. It's not required for the practice. Release your foot down. Bring your hands down to the ground. And come up onto your fingertips as you straighten your left leg. Plant the right hand down again. And take your left arm up again. Now we'll make those half kind of circles like we're scanning the horizon. So left arm goes back, around, forward, and then sweep it back. And keep going. One more time. Reach the arm all the way up. Bring your fingertips to the ground. So you're on your fingertips, flex your foot, and maybe you crawl your hands forward as your head drops between your upper arms. And then find that little mini back bend within the fold. Kind of just feels like a lengthening of the spine. Bend your left knee into low lunge or lizard lunge. Lift your back knee. And we'll step back, putting the left toes on top of the right heel. And if this is too much, just do a regular chaturanga. Lower down halfway. Rise back up. 2 more times. Lower. And lift. Last time, lower and hold. Uncross your legs. Take your feet a little wider than usual. Keep the toes tucked, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. And soothing breath out. Shake it out. Shake out the head. Now, feet together and right leg lifts up. Right knee goes to left upper arm. Hold. Extend your right leg out to the left. You're welcome to hold on to the outer edge of the foot or set the heel down on the ground. The outer edge of the left foot is on the ground. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Three-legged dog. Take your right leg back. Don't rush it. Step your right foot between your hands. Fingertips frame the front foot as you put your back knee down. Untuck your back toes. Either stay here or lift your back knee up with the back toes untucked. Then set the knee down and put your hands onto your front thigh. Then reach your arms all the way up. Option to also lift your left knee up off the ground with the toes untucked. It might be too much for your ankle, and if so, then you can just tuck the toes or just not lift the knee. Set the knee back down onto the ground. Bring the hands down to the ground. Tuck your toes, lift the back knee, and straighten out the right leg. Now bend your right knee again. Imagine like you're doing cow pose. Open the heart. And exhale, round the spine as you straighten the leg for cat. And do that again. Low lunge, cow. Exhale, cat as you straighten the leg. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Stay here with your leg straight. Lengthen your spine into a half lift and put your back heel down, setting up for pyramid pose. Take your arms straight back behind you as you lift your chest a little bit and your spine is parallel to the floor and to the mat. Interlace your hands and do it the awkward way first and reach your arms back. Spread the toes, press into the right big toe of the right foot. Now slowly rise all the way up. Make your way into high lunge, keeping your hands interlaced. And maybe you lean back just a tiny bit. Now you can either reach your arms up or you can keep your arms how they are as you straighten your right leg and bend your left knee leaning back. Then bend your right knee back into high lunge and shift it back again. So you're kind of doing the opposite. You're bending your left knee and straightening your right leg. And then again, back into high lunge and shift it back. It's a little confusing. Take some brain power. High lunge. And one more time. Left knee bends. Back to high lunge as we sweep the arms up. Inhale. Warrior 2 on the exhale. Pause here for a moment to soften, breathe, find stillness. Then take your left arm into a half bind. Reach your right arm back into reverse warrior. Come back to warrior 2. Straighten your right leg. Turn your right toes in so you're facing the left side of your mat. For me, I'm facing a wall. And reach your arms up. Slowly fold forward as you bring your hands down to the ground. Lift up halfway. Bring your left hand to your right ankle and reach your right arm up. And bring your right hand down and left hand down. Walk your hands to the left side. Right hand grabs onto left ankle. Reach your left arm up. Bring your hands down to the ground, right in the center. Lift up halfway. Walk your hands to the left, to the back of the mat now. So you're all the way and low lunge facing the back of the mat. Plant your right hand down, take your left arm up for a nice twist. Extend your left arm as high as you can. Inhale. Exhale, put your left hand down to the ground. Step your feet together at the back of the mat. Chair pose as you sweep your arms up. Take your arms out wide and take your left arm under your right arm for eagle arms. Stand a little taller in your chair, but not all the way tall. And take your left leg around your right leg for eagle wrap. Your knees are pointing towards the back of the mat, not to the right side. Breathe. With the protraction of the shoulder blades here, where they move apart from each other, you get a nice stretch of the muscles in the upper back. Now keep eagle arms. Come up to a one-legged mountain. So your left leg reaches up. Keep eagle arms as you step back to warrior two, facing the left side of the mat. And if you want, you could take a little back bend here with eagle arms. And come back to neutral. Take your arms out wide for warrior two. Front of the mat, Skandasana. So bend your left knee as your right leg straightens. And if you want to be in a high side lunge, or if that just is better for you, that's fine too. Have the bottom of the right foot down. Reach your arms straight up. Let's interlace the hands and flip the palms up. One more breath. And release your hands down. Turn and face the front of the mat. Set your back knee down on the ground. Sweep your arms up. Cactus your arms. Take a back bend. Reach your arms up. Hands down. Lift your back knee. Plant your hands and step back to one-legged plank. Set your left toes behind you for a wild thing. Kind of roll over your right shoulder and your left arm reaches up. Bring it back around, three-legged plank. Lower down halfway. You can put your left foot down if you want or not. Upward facing dog with both feet down, toes untucked. And downward facing dog. Let's find our breath. Left leg lifts up. Inhale. Exhale, knee to right upper arm. Extend your leg out to the right. Either grab onto the foot or put the foot on the ground. Back heel is down. Then make your way to three-legged dog again. Inhale. Step your foot between your hands on your exhale. Set your back knee down. Untuck your toes. Fingertips frame the front foot. Lift the back knee up if you want. And set the knee down. Hands onto your front thigh. And arms reach up. Anjaneyasana. Option to lift your back knee with your toes untucked. Set your knee down. Bring your hands down. Tuck your toes and lift your back knee. Straighten both legs. Keep your back heel lifted. And then bend your left knee and kind of a back bend here. Open the heart. Straighten the left leg around for cat. A few more times on your own. And then we'll land back with the legs straight. Stay there. Step your back foot in and to the step, like turn the toes to the right a little bit for pyramid. And then take yourself into a half lift as you reach your arms back. Draw your left hip back. Keep your neck long, so you're looking down at the front of your mat. You're not looking too far forward. Interlace your hands. This time we do the way that feels normal. Roll the shoulders back. And if you do it the other way enough times, maybe you forget which way is normal, which way isn't. Rise on up. Make your way into high lunge. You step your right foot back a little. And you can, let's take a little back bend here first. Good. And then come upright and keep your hands interlaced. You can keep them interlaced or do something else with your arms if you feel unbalanced. Straighten the left leg, bend your right knee, lean back, and then go forward into high lunge again. Forward and back. Okay, now you know what you're doing, so a few more times on your own. I know it's tricky. It's good to change things up, challenge ourselves. Come back to high lunge. Reach your arms up, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Gaze over the left fingertips. Take your right arm behind you into a half bind. As you come into reverse warrior, just take a couple breaths here to open up the left side of your torso. And back to warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Turn your left toes in. Reach your arms up. So we're setting up to go into a wide leg forward fold. So your toes are slightly angled inwards. Start to fold as you bring your hands down to the ground. Lift up halfway. And this time we'll fold in any way that you want. We're not doing twists. You can put your hands to your ankles. You can reach your arms forward or back. Feel the engagement of your glute muscles. Bring your hands under your shoulders as you lift up halfway. Walk your hands to the back of the mat for low lunge. Keep left hand down, right arm reaches up to twist. And bring your right hand back down. Step your feet together at the back of the mat. Bend your knees, sweep your arms up for chair. Now get a little higher in your chair as you take your arms out and take your right arm under your left arm for eagle. Wrap your right leg around your left leg. Sit back down. How's your breath doing? Keep eagle arms as you lift your right leg up. And slowly step back to warrior two with eagle arms. Maybe a back bend here. And bring your arms back to neutral. Unwind your arms. Front of the mat, skandasana, so right knee bends as you get low. Interlace your hands. If you'd like an extra challenge, reach your arms up, palms face up. Bring your hands to the ground, turn and face the front of the mat. Set your back knee down, sweep your arms up. Again, arms into that cactus shape. Take a back bend. Your hips move forward, your abs are strong, your back body is engaged. And smile. Reach the arms back up, come upright. Bring your hands down to the ground. Lift your back knee, step back to a one-legged plank. Right toes go behind you as you come into wild thing. Bring it back around to one-legged plank. And if you'd like, chaturanga on one leg, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Set your knees down on the ground and take child's pose. And come up onto your forearms. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips for dolphin. You're gazing towards your shins. Your knees are slightly bent. Your hips lift higher and higher as you press your forearms into the ground. The more you press your forearms, the more you'll feel your shoulders move towards your ears. Take another breath. And sit all the way down into child's pose again. This time you can take your arms down by your sides if you'd like. Rise up to sit back on your heels. Bring your chin down to your chest and take your right ear towards your right shoulder. Bring your chin back down and slowly bring your left ear towards left shoulder. And go back and forth a few times. One more time each side. Chin back down to your chest, and you bring your head up. Shake out your wrists. Bring the backs of the hands to the ground so the fingers face each other. And wiggle your fingers or attempt to open and close your fists. Now come back onto your hands, tuck your toes, lift your hips for downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Feet together. Lift your right leg up. Right knee to left upper arm. Again, we're going into rock star. You can grab onto the outer edge of the foot or set the foot over to the left side on the ground and hold for 3, 2, 1. Back to three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Put your back knee down. Sweep your arms up. Untuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. So we're kind of repeating, but doing some different stuff. Set your back knee down. Bring your hands to the ground. Tuck your toes and lift your back knee. Straighten out your right leg. Now bring your back foot up and in for pyramid. So the heel is down. Reach your arms back behind you as you lift up halfway. Interlace your hands. Roll your shoulders back. And slowly rise all the way up. Come into high lunge with your hands interlaced. And just one time, bend your back knee as you straighten your right leg. Come back into high lunge. Reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Soften the shoulders. Take your left arm, actually take both arms straight up to the sky. Bend your right elbow and grab onto your right elbow with your left hand. And reverse warrior. Go back to warrior 2. Straighten the right leg. Hands on your hips this time as you turn your right toes in. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Bring your hands down to the ground. Inhale, lift up halfway. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Low lunge. Plant your right hand. Lift your left arm up. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down. Look forward. Walk your hands out in front of you to come into warrior 3. Right leg lifted. So it's supported warrior 3. So your fingertips are on the earth or maybe just floating as you anchor your left hip back. Reach the crown of your head forward, like your body is being pulled in 2 different directions, forward and backwards. Standing splits, lift your right leg. And bring your feet together, back of the mat. Half lift. Fold. Grab the backs of your ankles. Bend your knees, sweep up to chair. Take your arms out wide, left arm under right arm for eagle arms. Left leg goes around right leg. You don't have to do a full wrap because we're just here for like 2 breaths. So get low. Maybe your left leg is just out to the right. Now rise up to one-legged mountain, but keep eagle arms. And step back to warrior two. Take a little back bend with eagle arms. And come back to neutral. Take your arms out wide. Front of the mat, Skandasana or side lunge. Interlace your hands, flip your palms up. Reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands down. Turn and face the front of the mat. Set your back knee down and reach your arms up. This time, take your arms back behind you and imagine you're trying to place your hands on two blocks back behind you. Your hips go forward. You're bending back through your upper body. Take another breath here. Reach your arms up. Come upright. Hands down to the ground. Lift the back knee. Step back to one-legged plank. Set your left toes over to the right behind you for a wild thing. Left arm up. Bring it back around, this time to three-legged dog. Left leg all the way up. Left knee to left wrist for pigeon. Slide your back leg back. Come up onto your fingertips. I'm going to let you choose how you want to take pigeon today. You might walk your hands down and do sleeping pigeon. You might bend your back knee and grab onto your foot. If you have your foot, perhaps you reach your left arm up. Perhaps you slide the foot into the crease of the right elbow, and maybe you clasp hands behind you. Or if you do like to do full king pigeon, you're welcome to do that as well. Slowly make your way back down. Plant your hands. Step back to down dog. Shake it out. What a journey. So we have all of that on the left side, and then we will take it down a notch from there. So bring your feet together, please. Lift your left leg up. Left knee to right upper arm. Extend your leg out to the side or grab onto your foot. So you can reach your foot forward or you can reach your arm up if your leg is extended out. Come back to three-legged dog. Lift your left leg all the way up and back. Inhale. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Put your back knee down. Sweep your arms up. Untuck your back toes. Lift your back knee up if you choose. Set your knee down. Hands down to the ground. Tuck your toes. Lift your back knee. Straighten your left leg. Bring your back foot up and in. Lengthen your spine. Press it down into your left, bottom of your left foot, and reach your arms back. Interlace your hands the other way if you can. And slowly rise up. High lunge. So straighten your left leg, bend your back knee more as you lean back. Come back to high lunge. Reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2. Reach your arms up. Bend your left elbow and touch the back of your head or the back of your neck. Right hand to left elbow as you take reverse warrior. Come back to warrior 2. Straighten your left leg. Hands on your hips this time. Turn your left toes in. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Hands down to the ground. Inhale, half lift. Walk your hands to the back of the mat for low lunge. Plant your left hand down. Reach your right arm up. Bring your right hand back down. Walk your hands out in front of you and lift your left leg up for warrior 3 supported. Fingertips are on the ground. Left leg is reaching back. Right hip is reaching back. Slow the breath, or invite in Ujjayi again if you don't have it anymore. I know I need those constant reminders or else I forget. standing splits. And bring your feet down and together. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, grab the backs of your ankles. And release your hands. Chair pose. Take your arms out wide. Take your right arm under your left arm, eagle. Right leg over left. You don't have to fully wrap the foot for this one. Just one more breath. Rise up to one-legged mountain, but keep eagle arms. Step back to warrior two. Back bend. Neutral. Arms wide. Front of the mat, skandasana or side lunge. Interlace your hands, reach your arms up. Release your hands down. Turn and face the front of the mat. Set your back knee down. Rise up. Reach your arms up. And then take your arms back behind you and open through the front of your chest. Your shoulders move towards each other on the back body. Keep your abs engaged. Reach the arms up. Come upright. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Tuck your toes, lift your back knee. Three-legged dog. Right leg goes all the way up and back. Shift forward to three-legged plank. Bend your right knee, roll over the left side body for wild thing. Bring it back around. Three-legged dog. Pigeon on the right side. Up onto the fingertips. Bend your left knee if you want and reach back for the foot, or go into your sleeping pigeon with your hands down, or anything else that floats your boat. And go wherever you did on the other side. And start to make your way back onto your hands and back to down dog. Set your knees down on the earth and sit all the way down with your legs out in front of you. Rest your hands behind you and shake out your legs. And take a moment to be proud of yourself for how far you've made it in this somewhat of a difficult practice. And then we'll sit tall and reach the arms forward and go into a nice deep forward fold. Slowly roll back up. Half lotus with the right leg. So put your right foot inside of the crease of your left hip. And if that's too much, just put it on the ground, like you're doing Janu Shirshasana. In fact, that's what you'll be doing, is Janu Shirshasana. So if you're in half lotus, you're bringing the foot as far up as you can, probably flexing the foot to have more stability. And then we'll all, wherever you are, we'll fold over the left leg. Forehead towards your knee. And rise back up. Switch it out. These forward folds should feel really good after we just did so much back bending, heart opening. Left leg comes into half lotus or Janu Shirshasana with the foot on the ground, knee out to the side. When you're ready, fold forward. Walk your hands back up. Take your legs out in front of you and shake it out. Make your way onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. It wouldn't be a backbending class without bridge and wheel. So bring your feet down to the ground, arms down by your sides. So I'll let you choose if you want to do bridge or wheel, but you can start. I'm going to guide you through both, and then you can decide where to stay and which stop of the bus you want to get off on. So lift your hips up and slide your shoulders towards each other. Press your palms into the ground. Here we are in Setu Bandha Sarvangasana bridge pose. Anchor your tailbone towards the backs of your knees as you kind of squeeze your knees in a little bit. Now, if you want to stay here, you can. If you're ready for the next stop on the bus, hands next to your head with the fingers facing the front of the mat. Press yourself up into wheel. Breathe. When you're ready, tuck the chin. Everybody lower it down. Feet as wide as the mat. Arms can rest overhead as you windshield wiper your legs side to side. And bring the knees back to center. Knees into your chest, but knees wide. Rock side to side. And feel how your back of your pelvis is nice and flush to the ground. And try to keep it flush to the ground as you grab onto the outer edges of your feet for happy baby. And if tailbone lifts off the ground, that's okay. And slowly release your legs all the way down for your final rest, the most important and maybe the hardest part of the practice, Shavasana. Set yourself up so you're comfortable and cozy. Take up space with your body. Let the back of the head be heavy. Bring your awareness to this point where the head touches the mat and where the shoulder blades touch the mat and the backs of the arms, backs of the hands, the glutes, calves touching the ground, and the heels. The heart wide open now, cracked open. And remember that joy lives in you always. It's our innate state of being. We just have to peel back the layers of the artichoke to get to the center, to access that joy. And the yoga practice certainly helps. Take a full breath in. Open mouth, exhale all the way out. And let yourself rest in this joyful state. Begin to deepen your breath. Bring movement into the fingers and toes. Bend your knees. Press your low back into the ground. And release as you roll to one side. And slowly press up to a seat. Thank you so much for practicing. And thank yourself for practicing too, for showing up. I know it's not always easy. If you enjoyed the practice, let me know in the comments and like the video. And if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button so we can continue practicing together and moving together. Let's bring the hands together at our heart. And then the thumbs up to the third eye as we bow in gratitude for this practice. Thank you.